Hi, I'm Manika Pal. I'm a co-founder of Cidtamindful and I'm also a senior mental health therapist. Here at Cidtamindful, we cultivate compassion, empathy, and embrace conscious living. At Cidtamindful, we have experts of different walks of life, mental health experts who have gathered together and dedicated their life to inspire young minds. It's extremely important for us to make sure that everybody gets free therapeutic counseling facilities across the globe. And we are proud to share that we have been able to achieve more than 26,000 individual counseling session, complete counseling session. Now they are living a healthy and a perfect life. At Sitta Mindful, we've been able to reach here with the help of renowned and compassionate trailblazer like one who's sitting just with me through various collaborations from the different walk of life, from people from politics, Bollywood figure, philanthropist, and the tycoons of corporate world. Today, I'm extremely thrilled because we are yet joined by another trailblazer, another renowned, compassionate human being, which our country truly produces, has produced, and truly celebrates, sir. Mr. Sandeep Marwah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, okay, let's begin by actually getting to know. So, what have been the pivotal roles of your early days that has set you on this current path?
Well, I think everything starts from your childhood, and it all started with my school, my college days, when I've been very keen and interested in theater, music, creative activities, mountaineering, sports. I think I left no extracurricular activities in my school as well as in my college. And I think that has brought quite a lot of enthusiasm, love, passion for creative world. And I think, and the credit goes to obviously to my parents because they never stopped me from getting into all these things. And most of the cases where parents are a little reluctant in promoting students or their children and getting too much into creative world or creative activities or extracurricular activities in school. But I was been very lucky, I must say that. And simultaneously, I've been promoted by my school, promoted by my college, wholeheartedly. I think that has inculcated a system into my body, into my mind, and then into my soul, where I feel that I am meant for creative world.
My God, it is so amazing that you had such interesting and such supportive parents at home. You please, can you throw some light on that very important point? What were the values that has drove you to the successful path that you are walking on?
I think if I look back, it's very important to know about punctuality, regularity, sincerity, dedications, because these are the four pillars which will take you to heights. And I think we have seen our parents and hardworking. That's very important. How passionate you may be, how lovable you may be, but if you're not ready to work hard, you can never achieve anything in life. And I think we've seen. As children at home, we've seen our father working very hard. My father, he was a refugee. He had to left everything. He left everything back in Peshawar in 1947, and practically speaking, he came to New Delhi with just 200 rupees. All that what they had in Peshawar, a very well-known family, healthy, wealthy, everywhere. But they had to leave everything there. So they came, the family came with nothing actually. And we've seen our father working so hard, rigorously, day in, day out, honestly. And we have learned all those things by seeing it, by feeling them. They are right within us in our blood. And that has probably created a better children for Suraj Prakash Marwah. I'm talking about my father.
Wow.
And not me, even my brothers, my sister, we all are probably maybe a little different from the rest of the world.
My goodness. Mr. Sandeep Marwah, a visionary entrepreneur, a creative pioneer, and a global ambassador for art and culture. Mr. Sandeep Marwah is the founder and a driving force behind the Marwah Group, renowned for establishing the world famous film city in Noida. And as the founder of the prestigious Asian Academy of Film and Television, he has nurtured countless creative talents who shine on national and international platforms with a career spanning decades. He has received over 800 awards. I'm repeating again, over 800 awards, and has been recognized for his invaluable contribution to media, education, and community development. A passionate leader with an undying commitment to innovation and excellence, Mr. Marwah's journey continues to inspire and empower aspiring creators worldwide. Learning about the beautiful childhood that you had, and your parent, especially your father, has given you the power of resilience, the power, a creative path to be what you want it to be. So are you also doing the same with your children, if I may ask, sir?
Absolutely right. And that's what I believe in.
Okay.
And that's the reason that I'm in education.
Yeah.
And I have corrected India's education to some extent, and I'm happy about that. What I learn, I must apply it. That's what I believe in, and I'm very happy that my kids, both the sons, who are very keen in creative world, they wanted to stay back into this world. I asked them, whatever you have in mind, do it. Don't bother about what I am doing right now.
Yeah.
But to my good luck, they are rather much more passionate than me when it comes to films, television, media, art, culture, fashion, design, and all that, what you read under the heading creative world. And when I got into education, I made it a point. I corrected the education because we are the first one in the country to bring in this kind of a creative education,
Yeah.
a film, television, and media education in short-term courses. We are the first one to start the degree courses in cinema in India.
Wow.
We are the first one where we have stopped asking the caste and religion while taking admission at the institution. Ministry of Education was annoyed with me 31 years back. That this is an incomplete application. I say, I'm not going to change it. If you don't want to give me recognition, it's fine. But I will not change my policy of not asking the caste and creed at the time of taking admission. That's beside point that after 10 years, I was honored in Vigyan Bhavan for national integration.
My God, this is how your life comes
And
to a full circle.
We are very happy. We have the case study in 27 countries of the world.
Okay.
And I'm a case study in UCLA, a case study in many other universities. And the best part is that even AAFT today is a case study in new education policy. So when you try to bring a change for better,
Yeah.
it is slowly and gradually accepted by the people, by
Yeah.
the community,
Yeah.
by the nation, and
Yes.
then by the world. And we did it.
It is the continuous process.
Exactly.
So, sir, as we are talking about moving into this industry, you have been into the industry of media and education for decades. If I'm not wrong, for more than 3 or 4 decades, sir.
Yeah, in education for 31 years, in the creative world for 40 years.
40 years. So it's nearing a half century, sir. Not too far. Touch wood. So how have you adapted to the recent changes of digital media coming up? Social media lifestyle has changing, and it has been changing like that. So how have you, cope up with that?
See, I think it's very important to know that if there is anything which is constant, it is the change.
Yeah.
And it is very important to adapt yourself to anything and everything which is coming on your way.
Yeah.
कि इतना रहे ख्याल सताने के साथ साथ कि हम भी बदल रहे हैं ज़माने के साथ साथ.
Wow.
You have to be mentally set,
Yeah.
ready to accept change. And if you're not going to change,
Yeah.
you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
And that's what I've seen tremendous change in this region of cinema, I must say that, because it all started with 8 mm, 16 mm, 35 mm.
Yeah.
After that, it started with video, but then low band, high band, beta cam, digital. Now it's a digital world.
Yeah.
And the next one is going to be laser. So the fact is that if I would have not changed, if I would have not adapted the new ways of teaching, learning, and expressing myself, then we would have been nowhere. Today, I'm very happy that when it comes to Marwah Studios, we have 9 world records, by the way. And AAFT has been rated as the first best 5 film schools in the world.
Commendable.
Which is good enough as far as recognition is concerned.
So when you're talking about adapting to change, it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Yes.
If and coming from this generation where it is generally spoken about or generally considered with a stereotypical thinking that it's not easy to change. When you're talking about adapting, do you adapt psychologically or just socio-emotionally?
No, it has to be a thorough change. Physically, mentally, spiritually,
Yeah.
everything. Because then only you can work wholeheartedly back into the system and to your own day-to-day affairs. You have to love your work.
Yeah.
And if you're loving your work, I think change, any change is not going to matter.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the reason why we are here and we need such renowned, compassionate people around us is that I don't know how come our country unfortunately has become the suicide capital of the world. This is the latest news by the WHO. So how do you motivate and how would you motivate the youth of our country who really feel directionless at times, who really lacks, any sort of motivation in their life? What would be your piece of advice to them?
Well, let me correct you here that probably you have some wrong statistics with you.
Okay.
Suicides are committed all over the world,
Yeah.
in every country, and with their personal reasons
Yeah.
behind it. And I personally feel that India is still better than many other countries of the world.
Yeah.
Number one. Now, see, don't forget that India is the spiritual capital of the world.
Absolutely.
We are teaching the world what meditation is all about.
Yoga
We are
is all
teaching
about.
the world how to live peacefully, how to live in the most economical way, and how to be polite, sober, down to earth, humble,
Absolutely.
spiritual. These
Basic life skills.
We are teaching the values. But the world is learning values from India.
Definitely.
So that's one very important thing.
Yeah.
We must know it. Yes, I can't rectify the whole world.
Yeah.
But I have definitely tried my level best, because I remember many years back I read in the news where I found a graduate from a film school committed suicide because he could not manage to get a work for some time.
Wow.
And that really hurt me, because I have always believed that if you know the subject and if you are passionate about your work, there is no dearth of business in this world for anything. And when it comes to my business, we created International Public Broadcasting Forum the next day. And I made it a point that not only my own students who are passed out from AFT or any of the branches, but anyone in the world who has completed his film, television or media course and is not in a position to get into business, then please contact us. We will provide you the job. We will provide you the business. We will provide you the work, at least, to get into it.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that keeping all that under consideration, I have been able to produce now almost 3,700 short films. I've been able to give opportunity to more than 25,000 film, television and media professionals from more than 145 countries of the world. So I make it a point that anyone who's passing out, at least to start with, from our institution, must get a job. So his first film is produced by me.
My goodness.
So the job satisfaction starts, the charity begins at home.
Absolutely.
And they have no garages, they have no complaints, they are never restless, because they have learned it and they have done it. Now rest is entirely up to them, how much efforts, how much pain they want to take, and how much they want to grow into life. So, and I have never mind giving opportunity to many other film students and filmmakers who are desperately looking for a job and at the verge of breaking down. So come to me, I'm there for you.
It's so amazing that we have people like him who have reached to this level on themselves, by themselves, and now they are ready to spread love, compassion, and harmony across the globe. This is what a true compassionate leader is called as. You said that the balance is very important. So balance in legacy and living in the moment. So then balancing in professional and personal commitments. So let's throw some light on your personal life. So how your family has been a support in your career.
I think you're nothing without your family, by the way.
Yeah.
And they are your first best friends.
Yeah.
They are your best supporters.
Yeah.
They are a friend in need is indeed. And at the end of the day, it's only your family which supports you even at the time of crisis. And I think I believe in that. I've got two brothers, and they are more than, I must say, brothers to me. I have a sister. She is like a mother to me, and I love my wife because she's the biggest support. Because when I was working day in day out to establish Noida Film City or Marwah Studios or AFD, probably she was the biggest sufferer at that time. And when it comes to my kids, I'm very happy that they are very obedient and very honest and hardworking professionals, and they realize that I've spent almost 40 years in creative world, and every word matters. And I must say that I've learned from my father, and it is their right to learn from me. So this is my family, and I feel that it's very important for anyone and everyone to have the best of rapport with your family.
Absolutely.
Because if you cannot have a rapport with your family, how can you be a national or an international leader?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Absolutely,
This is
sir.
very important. We have given one word 31 years back to the world: love, peace, and unity through art and culture.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that if I have to spread this word to the whole world, first I have to have a love with my own family.
Absolutely, sir.
So we believe in that, and that's the culture in our family.
Yeah. So, as you have been into this beautiful industry for more than almost 4 decades, please let us know, let the audience know that what has been the best initiative that you have taken that has given you inner satisfaction. Because as you have plethora of it.
No, the best part is I've never been a greedy. I've never worked for awards or rewards, but I work to, one, of course, satisfy myself, and work to see to it that my every action, my every work must support community, my country. I'm very patriotic, I'm very nationalist. And that's the reason that I wanted to create a film city for North India. And I'm very happy that today Noida Film City is the fastest growing film city in the world. This is 100 acres, 75 acres outdoor, 25 acres indoor, 16 studios. Out of 16 studios, 350 channels are being broadcast to 162 countries, 24/7. Around 17,000 people are working in Film City in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. And cascading the fact is that approximately 150,000 people, they're earning their bread. So I'm very happy that I could do something for my nation. When I talk about Marwah Studios, I'm happy that we've created a world record. We've churned out around about 4,500 television programs for more than 50 channels. We're associated with approximately 125 feature films, 5,000 training films. My production company has made around 3,600 short films. So it gives me immense pleasure, because when I'm talking these figures, that means I'm involving millions of people into the
You're creating a difference in so many people's lives.
33 years back, I gave one word to English dictionary called film and culture tourism. Nobody knew about it. Today, the whole world is talking about it. And to honor my word, I've been able to bring in 90 million people to Noida Film City. I've been able to bring in 3 million people into my own studios from 156 countries of the world. And you can imagine the economies, the generation
of revenues.
It's tons. I've stopped calculating it, because I'm so happy that everything is coming back to my country at the end of the day.
Yes. How have you envisioned Marwah Group in the future time?
But I'm very happy. I wanted to create a film city. I've done it. I wanted to create a university. Now I'm a chancellor of a university. Government has been very kind. They have nominated me advisor in more than 5-6 ministries, and we are creating same kind of a setup now in Raipur. Another 27 acres. We have a AFD university there. I'm very happy that another new project is coming up in Greater Noida, and I'm also very happy because I've been now advisor to Film City Part 2, which is coming right next to Jewel.
I was about to. That was my upcoming question. So there have been little news. Maybe I guess information coming from the grapevine.
It's a 230 acres Film City Part 2,
Wow.
which is coming up right next to Jewel Airport, and this is going to be another big project.
So it's going to be not all the people have to go to Mumbai anymore. So they have a place.
Never, don't get confused.
Yeah, please, sir, throw some light on this.
The media is expanding.
Yes.
The media and entertainment industry is growing at the rate of 12% per annum, better than many other industries. And there is a huge requirement of manpower. There is a huge requirement of new setups, studios, locations, and whatnot. And I think it's expansion of business in North India right now. But everyone is invited to come and shoot there, come and take the facilities, use the facilities.
Absolutely.
Which is everywhere. So it's like another center, a very lucrative international place of using film, television and media facilities, and anybody can come there. Bombay is Bombay and it's going to remain Bombay.
Okay, so it's not going to be the substitute for that.
No.
So it is an additional benefit and facilities.
The world is growing.
Yeah.
And population is growing. Business is growing. Country is
God
growing.
willing,
We are the 5th biggest economy in the world.
Yes.
We're marching towards the 3rd biggest economy in the world.
Yeah.
You need anything and everything abundant in few years.
Absolutely, sir.
Now, sir, we are going to slip into the battle of choices. We are trying to make this podcast little harder for you because you have been a phenomenal orator and speaker who has answers to all the questions. So I hope you will trip little bit here. Okay, so my attempt starts. Are you a creative visionary or a strategic planner?
Well, I think I'm a creative visionary. I have never gone into too much details money-wise, but definitely creative-wise. I always see that I must touch the heart of the people and not the pocket.
Wow. Morning meetings or late night brainstorms?
Well, morning meetings are the best. According to our system, at least our Indian system, the sunrise is the best way to give best of the brainstorming sessions.
Amazing. Movies or theaters?
Well, I started my career as a theatre artist, and I have risen to an extent in cinema. So for me, both are lovable.
Okay. Traditional media or digital media?
Well, there would have been no digital media if there would have been no traditional media, mind you. Because all that and all those people who are part and parcel of digital media, they have somehow learned from traditional media, and authenticity of the traditional media is still a lot more than the digital media.
My. Big picture thinking or attention to detail?
Attention to detail. That's very important, and then your success, the clarity of the program only comes when you start working on minutely into each and everything, and I do that.
Okay. Solo projects or collaborative ventures?
Well, kind of a business I'm in, nothing moves without a unit, without a team. I have always believed in teamwork, so I think collaborative business or whatever you want to call it is the most important, and that's what is needed today again.
Right. Awards and recognition or inner satisfaction?
Well, I think inner satisfaction is very important. Awards are byproducts. And let me correct you, we've received 1,100 awards so far.
My goodness.
This is the only institution with the highest awards in this country, and we have brought almost 230 international awards to India too. The highest number of awards any individual in this country has ever brought to.
Okay, sir. City life or countryside retreat?
Well, both are needed, mind you, because you make your day-to-day affairs in city life, but then definitely after getting tired, after a period, you will love to go to countryside, which I do.
Oh, wow.
Basically, you have to have a balanced life.
Okay, absolutely, sir. Okay, legacy or living in the moment?
Well, again, I must say that if I would have not learned things from my father,
Yeah.
I would have never been here.
Yeah.
That's very important. And if I have learned, I have to put in a lot of efforts, hard work, honesty. I have to give to my work to take this legacy further.
Forward. Wow. So again, my attempt has failed. Sir has beautifully answered. He has beautifully picked the right path, I suppose. Okay. Okay, now we are moving to the last segment of this beautiful podcast. Amazing how much as a psychologist I have learned from Sir. And there are so many people, millions and billions of people in our country who would be listening to this podcast, Sir. What is going to be your words of wisdom, pearls of wisdom, your message to the youth who sometimes face challenges, who are unable to practice resilience and they don't know probably the best coping mechanisms? So, what would be your advice to them?
I think I would love to quote here कि रात भर का है मेहमा अंधेरा और किसके रोके रुका है सवेरा. The fact is that every night has a day. The next is day. So develop patience, develop some kind of a willpower to get over the things because any difficulty on this earth is for a moment. And if you can cross that moment, you are always in a better stage. And I'm recollecting two very important lines कि विभासित कर गगन भूतल तिमिर को ज्योति देता चल निराशा के अंधेरे को मिटा दे ले प्रपंचन बल कहीं पूनम अमावस्या कहीं उलझन कहीं फिसलन कहीं कांटे कहीं पहरा कहीं पहरा कटिल बंधन यहाँ प्रतिकूल है सब कुछ कहीं मरुस्थल कहीं बादल मगर तू मुस्कुराता चल दिशाएं हो उठे उज्जवल मगर तू मुस्कुराता चल दिशाएं हो उठे उज्जवल. Every difficulty can be overcome with little patience, little hard work, little mentoring by someone, and you are bound to be successful if you have patience. I believe in that.
Wow. So we have, there should be a big round of applause for Sir. Beautifully said, sir. Sir, few panktiyan in Punjabi also for a Punjabi listener, if you can. Little bit of Punjabi, not said the same thing, but just a motivation.
पंजाबी की कोई पोइट्री तो नहीं आती, लेकिन मैं पंजाबी
कोई भी गल कर उन लोगों को जो बड़ी जरूरत है जिनको जानना. I also know little bit of Punjabi. Please pardon me on this.
मैं कभी पंजाबी सीखी नहीं क्योंकि मेरे माँ-ਪਿਓ दोनों पंजाबी ਸੀ और आपस पंजाबी ਚ ਵੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਜੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੈਂ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਬੜੇ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲ ਲੈਣਾ ਔਰ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਆਟੋਮੈਟਿਕ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਕੋਈ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨਿਕਲ ਹੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਥੋੜੀ ਦੀ ਆਈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਚਲਿਏ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਥੋੜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ.
As we have got to know so much about Mr. Marwah that is not available on Encyclopedia or Google, now we are slipping into a very interesting segment, one of my favorite segment, that is Never Have I Ever segment. So there are two placards. If you have done it, you have to raise I have, and I have never means if you haven't done it. You have to be extremely truthful about all of this. And you need to pick one chocolate if you have. Okay. So the round begins now. Never have I ever met a famous personality who has left me speechless.
Of course I've met.
Then
I have.
Then
I have met
then we want more details.
Why not?
Please.
This is exactly when I was in Cairo International Film Festival and I was representing India and there were three very popular and legends from Hollywood, Salma Hayek, Lucy Liu and Samuel Jackson. And I was honored with them. But fortunately or unfortunately, I can say, when we were honored, we were all on the stage, but we were never close to each other.
Okay.
And I said, my God, I'm leaving a wonderful opportunity of not being clicked with them. So, I mean, I know that people, they want to get clicked with me sometimes.
Yeah.
How out of your office, but this time I wanted to get clicked with them, and I made it a point to get clicked with Salma Hayek, and I went up to her
Yeah.
and I said, "Can I have a picture with you?"
Okay, so you were not very speechless then.
And it was almost speechless.
Yeah.
But I did.
Awestruck, yeah. Wow. Okay. Second question. Never have I ever acted in front of the camera unexpectedly.
I have.
Oh, wow. Would you
Yes,
mind sharing the
yes,
incident,
a
sir?
very interesting story.
Yeah.
Because I was there as a guest on the Muhurat of a film.
Okay.
And but I mean, like once you're out of your office and once you're in a get together, like a filmy get together, you want to be properly dressed up.
Yeah.
And I was there, and out of bloom, after a few minutes, suddenly the director came to me. He says, "Mr. Marwa, you have to help me." I said, "I have to help you in what way?" Probably maybe looking for some facilities from Delhi or something. He says, "No, my actor has vanished. He's not reached on the floor. And I have a very senior star whom I'm shooting. And there is a role of an IAS officer. It's a conversation between that star and IAS officer. And can you perform an actor like an IAS officer?" I said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "Please, I beg you.
Yeah.
Because I can see around here, you're most appropriate for that IAS officer." Oh my God, it was something very different. I'm an actor, that was right. I've started my career as a stage actor. So I say, fine, because a friend in need is in need.
Absolutely.
He would have fainted the way that director was behaving, because he had to either cancel the shift or would have had to
bear the losses.
Not only monetary losses, the reputation loss in front of the whole unit.
Yeah.
And I did it.
Which movie was it, sir?
This was Bharat Bhagya Vidhata.
Okay. Point to be noted. Wow. You've seen it? Okay. Next question. Never have I ever improvised an entire event on the spot. Entire event on the spot. Have you done that?
I've done it. Yes, I've done it. So this is the third.
Yeah. 3. You do 3.
Second.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We would like little chronicles of that as well.
Now, this is exactly because when I was in the office and I had this very well-known, distinguished personality from abroad, a very well-known name, and I suddenly realized that I cannot lose these very important moments. I have met. We've been clicked, we've been shot, that's beside point. But I wanted my students also to get associated with him. Because someone who's very mature, very talented, an expert, and I improvised that whole event probably in just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And I asked my dean to ask everyone to please come into the auditorium. And we immediately improvised that event without any preparation, without any notice, without anything, and it went very well.
Wow. So this is how you seize the opportunity. Okay. Never have I ever collaborated with someone who changed my outlook towards life.
Well, these are instances. I can't say that somebody has thoroughly changed me.
Yeah.
I can't get into that. But then I can only say that if ever someone who has changed me thoroughly is my father.
Yeah.
Because he was just like a saint, a very quiet, a very sober, few words man, and never believed in too much of publicity or a name or a fame or awards. I'm a right opposite actually.
Yeah.
But then I still remember I was trying to get into business. I conducted a beautiful show on stage at India International Center. I organized a musical evening. And I wanted that, I'm talking about many years back, I wanted that program to be published in newspapers. And I prepared a press release, photographs. You know, those days you have to give hard copies of it. And I went to a few newspaper offices personally. And I still remember one of the offices, the first one I entered into, he threw the press release and the photograph and gave some nice words to me, which hurted me. I got really hurt because of that. I came back home. And I narrated this story to my father. And he gave me one word which changed my life. He says कि जब चांद निकलता है तो चांद को कहने की जरूरत नहीं होती कि मैं आ गया. The world automatically looks at him. And that changed my perspective for my lifetime. Okay, yes, you have to work hard. You show your capabilities, show your capacities, and let people come and publish you, write to you, know you better. After that, I say, I will not go to any press. Let the press come here.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes the help and the biggest leader and motivator could be our parents.
Yes.
So that's how amazing Sir is said. Okay, never have I ever mentored someone who went on to become more successful than you have ever imagined.
Many of them. I'm a teacher, I'm a mentor to so many students, 30,000 students who are working today in 145 countries of the world.
So again, I have.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I must say that this is the fifth one.
Yeah, the fifth one.
Yes, because that's my job. I feel because it's very important to give correct advice.
Yeah.
It may be you sound ruthless sometimes,
Yeah.
but you have to give a correct advice to your students or someone who's expecting an advice from you.
Yeah.
And many cases I can say that they have taken my word for granted and they have adapted, accepted and work on those terms and conditions and today they are big names.
Would you like to share one or two?
So many of them.
So many of them?
Many of
Okay.
them. Trust me. So I'm a proud father, I can say that, to
so many
stars of this nation.
Wow. So never have I ever been involved in a last minute project that turned out to be a huge success.
Yes, I have. Lovely. You're reminding me something. Unique things.
Yeah, this is the power of psychology. Such beautiful segments that's actually tickling into your subconscious mind.
Now I remember there was a call from PhD Chamber of Commerce, and they said, Mr. Marwah, we have a delegation coming from Wales, and why don't you come and join us today? I was busy here. It's like that. Okay, because I'm chairing a media and entertainment committee at that time. So I rushed to PhD to receive this delegation from Wales. And the only thing is that there was no other senior officer or chairperson for any other committee on that day, unfortunately or fortunately. And I entertained them. And when we were talking, we became friends on a cup of tea, almost 40 minutes. We were talking about India and Wales relationship. And then I invited them to my studios at the end of the day. And they said, fine, we'll be here next day. Next day, the whole delegation of 6-7 people, they were here. I look after them. And I showed them what all we are. And they were very happy. And I think they were impressed. And they went back home once they reached Cardiff in Wales. Now see how it works. Last minute meeting has done. I got a call after almost 30 days that there is a delegation of ministers and business people and some secretaries who are going to be in Delhi, and we want you to host an event for them too. I said, I would love to, which I did. And they all were here for 3 days, 1 day with me, 2 days, some ministries and government and all those meetings. They went back. After 30 days, I got another call from Wales, Mr. Marwah. Prime Minister of Wales, Deputy Prime Minister of Wales is coming to India and we want him to visit Marwah Studios.
Wow.
The whole thing changed. I said, wow. And we were very well prepared on that day. He was thoroughly happy. He was a lovely person. And then the best part is that he could not resist himself. And he created a history, world history, by nominating me the ambassador of Wales in India.
My God, such a proud moment for every Indian.
And I was nominated the ambassador of Wales in India. That is beside point that when he went back, he had a massive discussion with the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And they were a bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay, how can they
Nominate, yeah.
non-Britishers and
Non-Britisher.
non-Welsh as ambassador of
Yeah.
Wales? But then the best part is they told me that the ambassadors are for 2 years, 3 years, but now you are ambassador for lifetime. But we will
My
not be able
God.
to give you
Yeah.
diplomatic facilities, all that. That doesn't matter. But I'm still the ambassador of Wales.
Never have I ever faced a technical glitch in a live event and smoothly resolved it without anybody's notice.
Many times.
Okay, so this I have never is of no use, the placard.
Yeah.
Wow, sir. What was that live event where there was a technical glitch?
Many times it happens because I'm in a studio business,
Yeah.
and no filmmaking is without the support of techniques.
Absolutely.
You've seen it, how patiently I have
Yeah.
waited for you to set up the
Yeah.
setup, which should have done in 5 minutes. It
Yeah.
took 15 minutes today also.
Yeah.
But very patiently, because I know it,
Yeah.
that techniques are the major part of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. And there was one time a very important program. I had union ministers in my studio, and air conditioned failed. And then we managed even without that. This is one of the cases. There are times when one of the cameras stopped working. Unfortunately, it happened.
Yeah.
And we still managed with there were 4 camera setups. We managed with 3 camera setups. So
Okay.
there are many instances, probably a series, and all that what I learned from my own studios,
Yeah.
I've started teaching them back to my students. That this is how you have to be. You
Yeah.
have to prepare yourself.
Spontaneous. Yeah.
Don't get panicked, don't get restless, don't be abusive,
Yeah.
don't lose your patience. Continue it, because there are ways to manage with less of the equipments, with the technical glitch, you can cover up.
Wow. So, a lot of good tips coming our way, especially for the art and culture students. Okay, never have I ever received an award and forgotten my acceptance speech.
Never.
So this is the Murat of I have never.
No. Now the point is this, that 1100 times I got the opportunity to climb the stairs of the stage and to get one or other national or international award. The mistake can be from the organizer's point of view. Which happens.
Okay.
That they forget to ask you to
give the speech.
2 words or give a speech, something like that. But from my point of view, I have never failed. If they have asked me, please come and talk about it, I have spoken, even for less time, but I have spoken it.
You have never. Have you even prepared the speech beforehand?
I didn't know what are you going to ask me. I'm never prepared. Because I think answers coming out spontaneously have a more value than the prepared ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So, never have I ever been so moved by a performance that you had to hold back your tears.
I've seen it, yes, I remember. What should I say?
I have.
Now, in this case, I remember we were preparing a show at Shri Fort Auditorium, and this is in association with the Ministry of Social Justice. And we all invited around 600 teams from all over India, people who are special children. And when they started performing on the stage, trust me, it was
magical.
Hard to believe that how they are managing and how beautifully they were performing and how well they were on stage. And it's a fact that I could not hold my tears.
Wow. So this was all what we have got from the Never Ever Ever segment. Thank you. So towards the end, on behalf of Ep-1 team, I, the co-founder of Ep-1, extends my heartfelt gratitude to be in the midst of such motivational, pure, kind and compassionate individual who happens to be the best leader I guess India proudly celebrates, Mr. Sandeep Marwah.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thanks.
I hope the lessons and the experiences that we have gathered today, we are going to practice that in our life. We are going to inculcate all the beautiful values, experiences, perspectives of such wonderful individuality in our day-to-day life. Thank you so much.